People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thank y'all tuning into the Josh Terry podcast. I want to thank you to all of our sponsors, Corona, Modelo, especially Tab X and Deep Eddy's Vodka. But we're trying something different for the next little bit because management thinks they're fucking smarter than me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start pushing other podcasts. And they sent me a list of people they wanted me to choose from and all this kind of shit. And to be honest with you, I didn't like none of those shows. So I reached out to my guys that I enjoy doing podcasts with. I've done a few episodes with them now. They are two of my faves. I love listening to these guys. Every time we do an episode together, it's just cool as hell. They're real. They're not trying to be anything they're not. So I just suggest that if you listen to me, go listen to the Dude Dads. What's up, my guys?
What's happening, brother?
Yeah, management's going to love that intro.
Hate it. Oh, man.
The thing is, and y'all, if y'all aren't already there, I know as good as y'all are at this, you're going to get to a point to where, like, you have someone managing you and telling you what's good for you and how to get better and all this kind of stuff. They send me ideas all the time, and it's really just them wanting me to cross brand with people that I don't like because they know what an asshole I am. And I'm like, you know what? If we're going to do this, let's put out some folks that I actually like working with and talking to and who have real opinions and just see the world the way I do. So
we appreciate that. Stuff, we love hearing that stuff because you nailed it, man. We're not we have this talk all the time and like, oh, how can we be better? How can we be more relevant? It's like we always go back to you can't do what you're not or talk about what you don't like and just because, right? So we always just try to, within safe zones, I guess.
Fuck your safe zone, dude. I'm the whole time you're saying this stuff about management. I'm like, I'm like picturing like the movies where they got the glass window and there's guys behind it like, fuck it, no, cut them off now.
I've had that happen to me in radio. So
that's what I'm picturing.
I vowed leaving radio that shit wasn't happening again.
Really?
And I got great people to work with me, and I understand what their concept is. But it's like the reason you guys are good is because you're genuinely you. You're not getting on here waking up pretending to. By the way, speaking of that, I've never done a fucking show this early, and I know this probably isn't early to y'all. But when I was like scheduling this with y'all, I was like, I don't fucking want to do it this early, but I need to get on the schedule anyway. So let's just, we'll kick it off with them.
We've been here for 2 hours. We wanted to make sure our shit was right. We were prepared. This is actually the first virtual one we've done for a long time. We did one with a good comedian friend of ours, Tracy Carnazzo. She's a phenomenal human being. We actually met her at Kale Lowry's comedy show or Kale Lowry's tour. She opened for Kale. And you talk about somebody that we feel like, you ever been in a room with someone and you're like, I don't fucking belong here. Like, I'm not good enough to be in your proximity.
Imposter syndrome. I get it all the time.
Yeah. And she is a fucking phenomenal human being. And she is like always there for us. I could text her at any time, ask her a question or just a bullshit. She always answers me. And so we did a show with her and her partner. It was a fucking disaster. It was the worst show we've ever done. Nothing went right. And she was even like, guys, like, get your fucking shit together. Like this, you shouldn't do this, you should do that. Just give you the stuff you need to hear, not the stuff you want to hear. But right then we're like, all right, we're gonna pause on the virtual stuff. We're gonna pause on the guests. So you are actually our first guest since then. And
that's probably been a year.
It's been close to, I would say probably since November.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all haven't done a show since November?
No, we haven't had
Virtual.
a
We
guest.
haven't had a guest.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's been y'all back and forth.
Yeah. So this
I
is
got
perfect.
you.
That's why we showed up 2 hours, because we didn't want, when we did Tracy, we had 45 minutes of audio problems. And we're like, God, we got to stop flying by the seat of our pants.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, fellas, about 3 years ago, I had three legends in country music: Brian White, Daryl Worley, and I'm just drawing a blank on who the other one was. I had them on a Zoom call, and I'm a huge country music fanatic. I couldn't get fucking anything right that day. Nothing at all. It was for a show that I was promoting coming up that all three of these artists were playing on. And it got to the point after about 15 minutes, I was just like, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to hold y'all up. And they were like, okay, bye. Yeah, it was fucking rough. You're going to have those things. You just,
That's a buy that we ain't coming back or some shit like that. That's it.
yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, man, I look at it like this is it's what you're putting out anyway, and it's how you're putting it out, and it's the people that listen to you and love you are like they're gravitating towards you and your like realistic beliefs and who you are. And if those episodes were not supposed to happen, they're not supposed to happen. Like
Yeah.
I stopped looking at stuff like, man, this fucked up. It's my fault. Like I just missed a great episode, and I started looking at like, well, maybe that's not what I was supposed to be putting out into the universe today. And instead of me being negative about it, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. If it's supposed to return, it'll return.
Yeah, you can't change it. We say that all the time. That phrase, that's just what the universe wants.
Yep.
We say that all the time. And
We've
been good about turning those things into learning opportunities too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we just got a little bit better. Now we know. You know what I mean?
Jerry's got some exit he might, need to make. And I was telling him about exits I've made out of jobs in just a blissful way. And talk about the universe is giving signs. There's power struggles happening. You know what?
Well,
I can't be a part of this anymore, and it's time for me to move on.
Well, especially over like the past year, I've done like I already was like on this self-awareness journey over the past 10 years anyway, but it seems like the last year has just been kicked into high gear. And now like, man, if something just doesn't happen for me or I need to not be involved in it, if you can read the room and you can see the signs and it's like, but I'm scared not to be involved in this anymore. What happens if I'm not involved in it? And I'll tell you guys this and anybody listening, when I stopped thinking that way and I just was like, I clearly am not supposed to be involved in this. Even though I don't know what's on the other side, let me not be scared of it. There has not been a single time that something better has not happened for me on the other side once I let go of the thing that I needed to let go of.
Yeah.
I needed to hear that today.
If you had the confidence to start it, and you had the confidence that got you there to that moment where you're thinking about, oh, I need to change the scene, it should be an easy decision. Go, all right, well, I got me here anyway, so I obviously don't need this part anymore. I'll find a new thing. You already did it, so the decision should be easy because you already made it.
Well, especially if you're a strong-minded guy like the three of us, this is the best way of thinking that it got broke down to me is if you've already made everything else work, you're gonna make the next thing work. Don't get hold up on the thing that's not working. Like,
do you find that like that decision gets hard because you're a loyal guy?
yes, oh yeah, but loyalty is something that I very, very much value. Like very much. I call myself a yard dog to my friends. Like I'm that fucker that I ain't on a chain, I ain't on a leash. We got open fences. But if you're my person, I won't leave that fucking porch. Like I'm a yard dog for you. But
I always say that to my wife. Say, I'm just a wild horse that chooses to be inside the fence.
it's same thing. That's true. I mean, it's the same thing. But loyalty will confuse you sometimes, and you really got to sit there and think about what on the opposite end, like if it's a relationship, a business venture, whatever, you have to put yourself in their shoes when you're thinking about loyalty, though. And if loyalty gets in the way of decision making, think about what that individual or that group would do if they were put in your shoes. Would they choose the same option or would they choose loyalty? Most folks, when it comes to business especially, they're going to choose what's best for their bottom line. And you can't get mad at folks about that. Now, there's a way to do it, in my opinion, to where it doesn't, like, if the other person's butt hurt at the end of the day, that's a them problem. Like if you're like, look, we could be best friends, but this right here is hurting me. If it was hurting you, I know what you'd fucking do. Like you'd cut ties. I'm going to choose to do this in a respectful way with you, and just let you know that it's not for me. Like this isn't working. It has to work for both of us.
Yeah. Hey man, not to like switch gears on you, like all jump all over the place. What's the Deep Eddy vodka?
Deep Eddy Vodka is a huge vodka company. They're based out of Austin, but
Mm.
they're like our main sponsor now. Um, it's just a great brand.
Yeah, I've had them.
Yeah, they're good. They've
They're
got a
good.
bunch of different
Yeah.
flavored vodkas. They're in every bar that you're probably going to go to. Um, not not just because they pay me. I'm fixing to say this, but next time somebody orders a Tito's and or Tito's and cranberry, try Deep Eddy's and cranberry.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
some,
they're a good mixer.
yeah, it's good, dude. Like it,
Yeah.
and even like their actual pre-mix stuff. They got a lemon one. The reason why the lemon one's not sitting here is because my dumb ass has done drank it. Like they got to send me some more shit. They're just cool. They liked what I did, and they like what I'm doing in Nashville. And they were like, "Hey, we want to get on the team with you, dude." And now one of the biggest distilleries in the company are sponsoring the
Well,
show.
oh, go
What is
ahead.
it with Texas and vodka? Because isn't Tito's from Texas as well?
I couldn't tell you where Tito's is from. Fuck Tito's.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not allowed to say
No,
that. Sorry, my bad.
no, you're good. You're good. I don't give a
Read the
shit.
fucking room, Jerry.
They'll think no, they'll fucking think that's funny as shit. Cause I already like they're coming to my show in Nashville in 2 weeks. Like the big bosses from there.
Nice.
And they like the distributor that I work with out of Nashville, they were like, Kelsey was like, "What are you gonna say to him?" And I was like, "I'm probably gonna wear a shirt that night that says fuck Tito's." And she was like, "You can't do that, but if you did, they'd probably love it."
Low key love it.
Well,
So
okay.
I've been I'm on social media a lot more than Tom is. Tom don't
Yeah.
follow anybody. He's like the social media guy that doesn't look at social media.
Yeah.
But like I see a lot of your stuff and you jumping around. What's Josh Taylor's love life like these days?
I started dating a real white woman and things got better. Uh, I found one with a good credit score and no tattoos. And next thing you know, happiness started falling out the fucking ceiling.
There is something to be said about too many tattoos on a white trash woman.
All right,
So
look, I learned this, and I'm one of those people that like when it comes to tattoos, you either got to be covered in them if I'm going to date you, or you have to have none. Like I either
mm,
want you to look like a sweet little gentle Southern belle, or I want you to look like a fucking hood rat. I
just
don't know why the
trash.
fuck I'm like that, but I have found the older I get, them hood rats are pain in the fucking ass. And there's a reason why they've covered up 99% of their body. They're trying to hide something. Uh,
Oh God.
and like it's pretty good right now. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
So
it might be shit after today, but it's pretty good right now.
in your in late deep into your adulthood, you're starting to recognize red flags and what Josh Terry needs to stay away from.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I learned that fucking sooner.
I mean, there's some stuff you want. You know what I mean? There's some stuff you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I did catch some of those Instagram reels, you know. I was like, yeah, Josh out there having some fun.
Yeah. I do have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so weird about my love life anyway because like I don't have y'all both been married and divorced before or just married?
I've been married and divorced and remarried, so yeah.
Okay. I've never been married. And like
Okay.
I've always looked at it because in a certain way, and like I'm not weird towards marriage. I still think like those real connections are out there. Like I want what my grandparents had. When my papa died in December of 2021, it messed me up real bad. My papa was one of my favoriteest people ever, my hero. And but the thing that threw me for a loop back then is when you watched his slideshow at his funeral, even though he was married to what I consider my favoriteest person all time, my ninny, he got a divorce from her early in life, and then he met my me mom, Miss Jackie, and all you saw on that slideshow was them spending time together and how happy he was. And then I remember how crushed he was when she passed away almost 10 years before him. And I was like, you know what? If I've gone this long of my life and I haven't just settled, like, and just said this person's just good enough for whatever reason, I'm gonna keep trying to find my Miss Jackie. I'm gonna find the person that just brings light into my life. And the bad thing is, when you have that mindset, you start looking for it. It's
Mm.
really like you have to not. You have to kind of just dismiss it, and you got to be like, "Look, this is gonna find you when it finds you."
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. That's
You
100% the
don't,
truth.
yeah, you just let it come to you. The universe will show you.
Yeah.
You were,
Well,
and also, hopefully, you don't, when you're in the trenches, you don't want to find her then. You don't want to mess it
no.
up early. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I heard something the other day on one of the sermons I was listening to, and it was like if you have to be ready for when the right person comes along, like maybe not financially or anything like that, but you have to be somewhat stable. Like you have to not let the shit that's broken you before break you now. Like
Mm.
break them, I mean. Like you can't expect, like in the Bible it says you're supposed to be equally yoked to your partner. Like you can't expect somebody else to have their shit together if you don't have your shit together.
That's right.
Like, you can't. Like that's not how it works. You have to be equally yoked.
Yeah, I like that.
was your grandfather a big part of your life?
Uh, until about 16 when I started fucking up and like kind of disappointing him. I had an old school papa. Buddy was well, this sign right here you see back here, Buddy's Burgers. My granddaddy owned a store for a long time, and they kind of got famous for their hamburgers. And then he was like, "Fuck this! I don't like dealing with people." And he went back to work for the county and was county commissioner and some other shit for a long time. Um, but he was a hard man. Like he grew up to where like if you make mistakes, you own up to your mistakes. You don't steal, you don't lie, like all this kind of stuff. And when I was a young man from like 17 to like 22, I was a shithead. If I go back and beat my ass, I would. I wouldn't change
What
anything now because it made me who I am today and gives me the perspective that I do. But I disappointed him a lot, so we drifted apart for a
What
while.
were you? What were you doing to disappoint him?
Man, I stole, I lied. One of my buddies used to tell this joke that I'd rather climb a tree and tell a lie than stand on the ground and tell the truth.
Damn
Ooh,
it, man.
I do
And
like that.
and it was real though. I hated my life. Like I was real bad depressed, and I didn't know what depression was because no one talked about it. No one told somebody like who was in my shoes what depression was. No one talked about that shit. So
Mm.
I'd make up stories. I'd just look at you straight in your face and lie. And my papa couldn't stand that shit, boy. He knew I was fucking lying. But it
Yeah.
wasn't that I wanted to be lying for the hell of it, is I hated my life. I was trying to create a false sense of reality. And I was like, maybe if they believe it, then I'll start to believe it about myself. I mean, that's after therapy and all that other shit has broken down why I was like that. But yeah, like I just didn't. At one point in time, me and my cousin broke into a tractor store after hours. We had a guy who worked there with us, and we stole money like after hours. Like it was just the stupidest thing an 18-year-old can do.
That's
Like
hardcore too, man.
yeah, well, it sounds more like it is like it was an old school shop. The dude had the key. He opened the fucking door. We walked in with him. We took a money bag out and left.
Oh
Like it
man, how
was,
much? How much money do you think you got?
ah, boy, it was enough for a felony. I'll tell you that.
Enough for felony.
It was enough. It was a first offender though, so that I'd never been in trouble before then. And then, I got a DUI
Mm.
at 19 years old, and
Damn.
uh, and that just it made it go from me just being on probation to having to go to a boot camp.
Mm.
It was just stupid stuff. It was like I tell my daughter all the time, you don't realize what one decision can make at that age, how it affect you for a long time.
Yep.
I became way more depressed. Like I think we've talked about this before, but like I had a suicide attempt in 2010.
Hmm.
And this time period, all that shit led to that attempt. Okay.
Mm.
Like it just, when I got in trouble with the law, it made me more depressed than I already was. And then that turned into, well, you're never going to get a job that's worth a shit. Like you got a first offender on you. Cause I was going to school at the time to work at the Air Force base here. It being a contractor or working with a contractor. Like, and then that got shut down like that. So it's like, what the fuck am I going to do? and was just so severely depressed. But here's the beautiful thing about it, though, is all that shit led up to me ended up having my daughter, though. My daughter was born in 2011. The reason why her name is Grace is she's my saving grace. Like all that shit led to that, to where it lined up perfectly with me being around her mom at that time, to where like I needed someone then. And it just it just worked out perfect. And also, too, that suicide attempt is what led me to talking about men's mental health on social media in 2016. Like, I put my whole story out there because I was tired of burying it. I was tired of having that weight on my shoulders. Everybody where I was from knew what the fuck happened. And, like, the only reason I'm here is because I'm fucking stupid. And I thought if you took a shit ton of ibuprofen, you'd die. And you don't. Your liver just probably going to fucking stop one day. So,
Do you feel
but
like do you feel like that was the first time you told the truth? Like got something off your chest and
probably, probably. I mean, it was the first time that what was also really cool about it, and I don't think I've ever told this story on the show, on even mine, but I had a preacher that was a friend of the family at the time. And I remember laying in that hospital bed after they pumped my stomach and everything, and I was out of it still. And I remember this preacher telling me that he did the same thing, that he was a bad gambling addict, that he was a bad alcoholic and all this kind of stuff. His wife had to pick his ass up off the floor and pretty much told him the last time he tried to do something like this that fine, fucking die. Like, I'm tired of dealing with you like this. Like, this isn't the man you're supposed to be, like all this kind of stuff. And it did something to me. Like that story, I can still hear his voice in my head, like when I'm down. And it was where, like, I knew coming out of it, I could tell people that something wasn't right with me. Like, I didn't know what it was, but it wasn't right. So I got help. And the help that I got made me realize, like, hey, you can't help this. You got a chemical imbalance. Like, it's also the way you were raised. It's the shit you've seen. It's how traumatized you've been with your upbringing and all this kind of stuff. Like, it was where I finally got to sit there and be like, you know what? The truth ain't pretty, but it's good enough. I don't know
Yeah,
where it's
it
going to
feels
lead.
a lot better.
it's
Yeah.
so wild how every human being's story, like when you look at, you connect the dots going backwards, and you could easily, everything always ends up where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like usually some messiness in there, and like it's the longer you fight it, right? Like the worse it gets, and
Yeah.
until you stop fighting it and start leaning into what your gut's telling you, what the universe is telling you, what if you're a religious person, whatever the Lord's guiding you
Yeah.
some way. Once you let it go, then the good shit that's supposed to happen starts happening to you.
Well, think
I
about it
mean,
like this. Like, we have a false sense of reality if you look back to what our great grandparents had, or our great grandparents, the beginning of your lineage, right? They didn't see the world as you just have to work. They didn't see the world that you're supposed to do this. And I think what you're talking about there is when you finally say, I'm going to start following what I believe to be my purpose instead of what I want to do, when I start actually pursuing the things that I'm supposed to pursue. Like, you're giving gifts, whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever, you're giving some type of gift. Whatever that gift is probably everything that's made you the way you are right now. When you start pursuing the purpose of your gift, is when good stuff starts happening to you because you're where you're supposed to be. You're not fighting it anymore. I tell
yeah,
people all the time, if I thought that the good Lord called me to be a preacher, I'd quit this shit tomorrow. But I don't feel like that's my calling
Yeah.
with Him. I feel
right.
like you got warriors in this world and you got preachers. Some people are supposed to be battle scarred and supposed to talk about faith and what it means to them. So people that are at the very bottom know that, hey, I might be broken right now and I might be battle scarred and beat the hell up. But this guy that's been in the same place I've been is still got faith and still chasing that. And he knows that's where he's supposed to be. And then you got people that are preachers that are squeaky clean, are supposed to be, and they're able to give that message. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a bar and faith has come up in a conversation, or mental health has come up in a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people are chasing their purpose. And I hear that shit all the time. It's like, what do you think my purpose is? This is what I've been through. What do you think my purpose is? Your purpose is you.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to take everything that's happened to you and let it happen for you now and help other peoples and give back.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild that like the conversation that you and I were just having together, an hour ago,
Yeah.
right? Just sitting here bullshitting and talking about personal stuff, and it's right fucking in line with what we're discussing here. Like, doesn't it feel like he could have been in on that conversation, or he was in on that conversation? You don't know. You didn't know that,
Yeah.
right? You didn't know that conversation we had.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I didn't barely talk to y'all before we did this.
No.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden,
That's because the guy's trying to talk to you, Jerry. Okay, get your shit together.
Hey,
all right,
look.
get your ass in church on a Sunday. All right, the man's trying to talk to you. All right.
Well, the thing is like everybody. You ever heard the old anecdote about the dude who in the flood? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. This dude, there's a flood coming. This dude is praying to God. He's real faithful, and all this kind of stuff. He believes, and he's like, God, if you don't want me to die in this flood, send help. Okay. I want you to come down and save me. Okay. Water rises a little bit. Boat comes by. Guy's like, come on, I'm here to help you. And the guy's like, no, I'm waiting on God. Water rises a little bit more. Another boat comes by. Second story of his house underwater now. And the guy in the boat's like, come on, I'm here to help you. And the guy that's in the house is like, no, I'm waiting on God to show me a sign. Then water rises a little bit more. Helicopter comes. Dude's on top of his house or whatever. Helicopter comes down, like, come on, man, I'm here to get you. And the guy's like, no, I'm waiting on God. Guy drowns. Guy gets to heaven and he asks God, what the hell? Why didn't you come down and get me? And he said, I sent you 3 extensions of me to save you. So sometimes people are looking for God's voice, that burning bush, that does that kind of sign. But usually it's somebody that God sends to give you that little kick in the butt, that little reminder of faith and grace and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to see a burning bush. If you see a burning bush, fucking run. It would scare me to see a burning bush, to be honest with you. But if I have somebody that I don't mind listening to, or somebody that it could be a song come on or whatever, maybe that's the sign from God. Maybe that's the extension. We miss it sometimes.
That's the extension, and then it's on you to find that strength to make that hard decision.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, making a hard decision to just either with your confidence that you had, or maybe create new confidence to finally make the change in your life.
Yeah.
You got to make a change. You got to delete the old person to make room for the new person you're supposed to be. Can be scary. I think about that in my own life. Like sometimes I think like I'm always in my own way. Like I know who I'm supposed to be. And sometimes I'm just scared to go be that person because, those old habits, they just hang on strong. They try to keep you back.
Well, I had a conversation with a friend yesterday who's struggling right now, and it's kind of weird. I don't call this person often, but for some reason yesterday, me, my girlfriend, and my daughter were eating somewhere close to where this person works, and I called them, and they wasn't nowhere close or whatever, and they were crying, they were upset, and I reminded them of a bunch of stuff and all that kind of shit. It was God's time and not mine. But I tried to remind them that, look, you're not always where you want to be, but you're always where you're supposed to be. Like, and whenever you decide, this person has been really working on themselves. What I tried to remind them is like, look, the more you work on yourself, the harder the blows are going to come at you. Like, and if you're struggling right now and it's like, damn, I've done this work, like I'm trying to figure out what to do. If it's getting harder towards your decision making, that means that there's something that's trying to prevent you from doing it. There's something that's trying to get you to change your mind on making the next step. If your intuition told you in the first place that this is something you ought to be doing and you felt like you're being led that direction to do it, well, things are going to get fucking tougher when it gets time to make that decision because something doesn't want you doing it. You should almost be like, okay, if this is easy, it ain't worth doing. I probably shouldn't do this. Like if everything's just coming hand over foot, I shouldn't be doing it. But if I'm about to make that decision and things are getting weird for me, yeah, somebody, the devil or whatever you want to believe in, is trying to prevent me from doing this.
Yeah, I do believe that God is going to hand you the challenges to make sure you earn that new you or opportunities. Like you're really only going to learn in the struggle. That's where you're really going to find
100%.
yourself.
100%.
Just like in sports, man. Like you never really found yourself in the win. It's like it was all the grind up to the win. Being in the trenches with your boys, like all the hardship. That's where you find yourself. Where it's like it's not easy to lie to yourself in the trenches. You're face to face with the truth.
Well, think about it like this too. You think he's going to give you a blessing that's easy? You don't want him to. You want to give him you want him to give you a blessing that's kind of hard. Because if it's hard, then that means nobody else can earn it but you.
Yeah.
I gotta remember what you just said to tell the boys on Monday. So I coach Pop Warner football.
Yeah.
And we're preseason right now. First game next Saturday. Our local Pop Warner has gotten so big that now we have to have 2 8U teams, 2 10U teams, 2 12U teams. So in doing that, now we actually have to play each other in the regular season. So this essentially the same 2 groups of 8U boys that are really the same team. They've played together for years now, 2 years. In the regular season, we're going to have to play a real game against one another, right?
Yeah.
Smyrna Eagles 8U white, Smyrna Eagles 8U red, right? And we scrimmaged last night. It was our boy, and I have the younger 8U team, and it was ugly. I mean, it was a harsh reality for some of these boys, right? And they got in their own way. They were a little bit nervous, a little bit scared, right? But like to try to convey that message that Tom just said to a 7-8-year-old, right? Like you got to get through their mind, like, hey man, this is where the good stuff starts to happen.
Yeah.
Right. That's a challenge in itself to have that conversation with a young mind, right? But that's something I want to
you're when you look back, so let's say football. When you look back, like when I look back on my football career, I remember most is those hard times with my boys. Stepping up to the line. Someone fucked up. Well, fuck it. We're all running, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're all doing it together. Like if you watch, whether you're watching Kickboxer, you watching Remember the Titans, what part are you going to? I want to go to when they're struggling, when they're going through the training. That's the part I want to watch. The win is the easy part. At the end, most of us, after we win, we go, I want to do that again. I want to win the next Super Bowl. You don't want the Super Bowl. What you want is the next challenge. You want the next challenge. That's what you want.
Coming out of it.
If you want to simplify it for them kids, just remind them, if they didn't know how bad it sucked to lose, you wouldn't know how good it feels to win.
Damn right.
Like you got to have those losses. The adversity is what builds champions, and that can go across any walk of life. If you've ever had shit just handed to you, you look at all these quarterbacks that won state championships 4 years in a row in high school, went to a college and had it made at Alabama. I hate Alabama, so I'm just going to use them as an example. You look at all these kids that have never dealt with any adversity. They've won everywhere they go. Then they get drafted in the first round by a shitty team. Those quarterbacks get the shit beat out of them and don't know what to do. They always end up cut in the next year or two, but they've been champions their whole lives. Now, you look at some kid that went to D2 and worked his ass off and had to grind. Those are where Brett Favre's of this world. The people like that. Like when you have to fucking Tom Brady. I'm a huge TB fan. Like you look at these people that have just never had it easy until they did. Once they did, they were made. But they were forged by fire. That's all it is.
So you're how old is your daughter now?
She'll be 14 in September.
Okay. And she plays sports, right? I know she does track, right?
She does. She's not doing track ever again because she hates that shit. But she plays softball.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome too. I think one of my favorite posts of yours, maybe a year or two ago, of like when she was lined up in a race. And she was going white girl. Like when you know you're about to lose this race.
Yeah. And what's insane, dude, is professional athletes and me have became buddies because of that post. And they were like, we didn't know the dad posted this to start off with. They were like, we were ready to fucking be up in arms and cuss somebody out for this shit. And then we saw the dad post it and we were like, oh, we'd have fucking done the same thing.
Dude, her facial expression, and it was like the perfect photograph, man. God almighty.
and I do not consider myself a parenting expert. I don't think any of us do. But
No.
like the way that I have raised her, like this is her 8th grade year playing softball. This is the year that she's waited on to go out there and just be a stud. Well, she's not getting to play right now because whatever ligaments in your elbow that like you have to have Tommy John surgery for, hers is strained really bad. So she's having to miss the first 4 weeks of a 7 week season, and it's tough on her. But my kid being what she is, and we've dealt with adversity, and I've done my best to drill this shit in her head. She's not upset about it. Like she's going out there, she's cheering the girls on. She's doing what she can, and she's like, when I come back after this 4 weeks, I'm dropping bombs on bitches'
Yeah.
foreheads.
She's
Like,
on she's on her struggle. She's on her journey.
yeah, but
Everybody's got to know it's just as important to be a good teammate.
oh,
Right? If
100%.
you're on the sideline, whether it's because you're just your second string still or you're on injured reserve, you being a good teammate is just as big of a role as QB1.
Oh,
And
100%.
and you find your new role. You find you got something to offer off the field, whether that's motivating the other ones or the
Yeah.
ones that don't have as much
Well,
motivating. You know.
Well, the example I give a lot of people, and I gave this to her, and it's kind of a mute point with her because she'll do something different with her life probably. But think about of all the quarterbacks that have got drilled and got injured and been like, "Oh fuck, my career's over," but then they become an amazing head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the path you're supposed to go down. You don't determine your path. You can have
Yeah.
all the willpower you want. And I'm talking about every sport and every walk of life. You can manifest whatever you want to. And if it's not meant for you to be, it's not meant for you to be it.
That's right.
Like it's
Yeah.
what you take from that time. Like if you're struggling right now, a lot of people want the struggle to be done, right? Like they're just like, I'm ready to get on the other side of this. If you get on the other side of it, you're missing the point of the struggle. If you didn't learn anything while you were struggling, like there's something in there that's life or whatever is trying to teach you. And if you try to hurry up and get over it and not deal with it the right way, you're missing the point of it. And more than likely, you're going to have to be taught this lesson again.
Yep.
You
Yep.
got to
And
take
you're
it in
just
while you can.
extending the struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to check in with some other stuff too. Speaking of love life and having fun, and have you bought any new toys, any new guitars, any toys?
I'm fixing to buy a fucking truck if I can find one. I bought a new pickup to drive back and forth to Nashville and just to look nice in a couple months ago.
What kind of
Um,
truck?
2015, not 2015, a 2025 Chevrolet Silverado, the Trail Boss.
Dang,
Fucking
son.
Chevy. Go turn this thing off. No.
We can't. I promise you, I'm not one of those that really give a fuck. I
No.
went to the dealership to buy a Ford, like one of the new Platinums, and I
Mhm.
got in it, and it felt like a granddad truck. Like it was too nice. It had too much shit in it, and I was like, "This isn't me. I'm not uppity. I like if I'm gonna have something, I want something for me." And just so happened on the same lot they had this truck, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" Like this has got me written all over it. Yeah.
Well then, if I can ask a favor, since you like to you're into writers around everything, can we get one country song that does sing about a Ford, not just a Chevy? I know the Ford doesn't rhyme with a lot, but like if we get a couple Fords in there, it's what you tell me. Every country artist
I
had
think
drove a
there's
Chevy
some.
growing up.
I think it's just the thing, because like I don't really know, because my favorite truck, honestly, right now is a 25, not 2500, an F-250. That's what I want. I want an F-250 Super
Yeah,
Duty, King Ranch, but I have no fucking reason to have it or pay that bill. Like I don't.
That's
that's
you
That's
it's
don't
what I.
want
nice.
that. You don't want a $1,200 a month truck payment.
No, I do not.
I had it. I got one of those. I had it. It's
Yeah.
done. But I tell you what, man. I mean
Is there
that
not?
6.7 diesel, dude. Oof,
Yeah, I have no reason in the world to have it. I'm actually trying to find right now. We had a pretty good month last month when it comes to social media marketing and everything, as far as what we made off of social media, not the podcast or anything else. I'm trying to push that more these days. Or not any more than the podcast. I'm just trying to push it better than I used to. And I've always wanted like an older pickup truck just to drive around town and have or whatever. So I'm looking for one right now, like a 95 or older. and they're made of fucking gold, I guess, around here because everybody just wants the utmost for them.
You need it. I got an 87 Chevy. You know, you need an 87 Chevy. I got one.
Let me tell you
I was
something about
born
that.
in '87. That's the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for a Scottsdale or a square body.
I got one.
Dude, that's what Tom has. This thing's beautiful. It's
Oh,
a
no, wait.
diesel.
No. That's the other truck.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is that truck? The dent side.
I have a 79 F100 dent side
Woohoo!
with it's got a Cummins swap in it. So I have a 12 valve 6BT Cummins with a stacked twin turbos in it.
I bet that bitch is a hoss.
Josh, this thing is
scary.
beautiful.
It's scary.
He buys it. A gorgeous truck, right? He could do a car show tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
He's backing it under his lean-to.
He hit
And
something.
fucking, because it doesn't have backup cameras and sensors, he slams it into the post on his lean-to and puts a dent in his dent side, right across the taillight, right around the bend where it's like impossible to fix. And it's like you just can't fucking have nothing nice, dude.
That is my fucking luck. That's exactly what the fuck would happen.
I almost cried in the backyard. I got out of the truck. I ran into the backyard, jump up down like, I can't fucking believe it. The fuck, man. Like I was ready to cry. I was so mad at
I
myself.
think he had it like 14 minutes or something like that.
It was the second day I had it. It was that morning.
That hurts my heart for you, Bubba.
I got a bill. I went and took it to a guy. I took it to a guy that does hot rods. He gave me a bill. I didn't go. I didn't do it, but it was $15,000. I'm like, no way. I'm like, fuck, man.
I told Tom that there was a real nice, car truck meet, in the town close to here, just real low key stuff. And I was like, dang, you should have did the truck meet. Should have brought the dent side up there. And I was, oh yeah, wait, never mind.
It is not. It's fair, dude. It's fast. It is. I mean, it's.
I bet
something.
it has
It's
to
so,
be.
dude. It turns heads everywhere. I mean, it's you because you're used to an F100 going by, but this thing sounds like a souped up school bus. Essentially, it's this big fucking diesel in there that's shaking the car.
It's awesome.
You'll have to send me pictures of both of them when you get.
I do have an '87 Chevy. I'd sell you though.
Well, you'll have to send me pictures. I'm telling you, that's insane. So growing up, my dad had an '87 Scottsdale, and at one point in time, they got really broke, and he had to sell it. And I've wanted that fucking truck so bad. I just want an '87 because it's the year I was born.
Yeah, it's an '87 Chevy Custom. It's got power windows, all that. It's like the blue with the dark blue.
Fuck you. There's no way. That's literally the one I'm looking for.
I have one. I will sell it to you. I've been looking for the right person to sell it to.
This is why you're here, Josh.
Come on.
Look, the Lord has given you the sign. You know what I mean?
The Lord ain't trying to make me broke though, so you.
No, it's not worth that much. It's not worth that much.
I mean, dude, $1,200, he'll take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd sell that thing for probably, I don't know, under $5,000. It's not worth that.
Send
much.
me fucking pictures when we get done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has your typical rust, but
I want it.
It fires right up. The guy rebuilt the top end at 90,000 miles.
Yeah.
And it fires right the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what I want. Is it short bed or long bed?
It's a long bed.
Okay.
Big old heavy tailgate.
I don't give a fuck at this point. I want something that I don't know how to put this. Like that's the thing around here, and I guess in music or whatever too, is even though I can have my nice truck that I've got now, I still want to ride around in a beater sometimes.
Dude,
like I still like. There's something about that. It takes me back to being a kid. Like there's something I love it.
We did a show in the early days on the tailgate. We drove out to a rural area in town. Right on the Delaware River. We dropped the tailgate. The charcoal chimneys used to start your charcoal. We fired that bitch up and put a cast iron skillet on top of it. And while we're recording the show, talking, we're cooking bacon and deer backstraps and drinking Keystone Light on the back of the tailgate at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
If that's not how the fuck you do a podcast, I don't want to do one. That
was one of my favorite shows we did.
Yeah. We did it. No, I got bombed. We did, what was that, New Year's Eve?
New
Year's Day. I did one here. My wife was so mad. I walked in the house. It was 3 hours later. I was high and drunk. I was fucked up.
Yeah, we had my wife in here as a guest. She was drinking mimosas. I was drinking mimosas. He had like a 5-pack of some high test, 10% beer. And it was like just a 2.5, 3 hour show of just That was a fun one too, man.
Yeah,
We just went from being hungover the night before to hammered drunk.
We used to do those. Everybody used to love our drunk shows. We would get a table of artists or whoever the fuck I wanted. It's usually artists, and you wouldn't know where it was going to go. You just
Yeah.
there's one episode that we got that got picked up by fuck, I can't remember what organization picked it up, but it was big. But it was called Hippies, Drugs, and Slugs. And that was the name
like
of the
that name.
episode. We fucking cried for 3 hours. One of my best friends is telling how he got chlamydia from a hippie commune in Oregon and everything. Like, there was all of us the next day were like, look, if one of us agrees that this is coming out, we're not editing anything. Like, this has to come out in his entirety. And everybody was like, fuck it, just roll with it. And within a week, everybody's like, this is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's like the what's Joe Rogan's thing he does with Shane Gilson?
Protecting the parts.
And protect your neck, yeah.
Yeah, it's like them episodes. Just a bunch of boys bullshitting.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Well, it's like the way I've always looked at it is if you're the listener, it's almost like you eavesdropping on something that you shouldn't. And it's like you're overhearing a bar conversation that you shouldn't or whatever. And they're just the best. They're so much fucking fun. They're a good time to listen to. Those Protect Your Parks episodes, I've listened to some of them twice. They're just so fucking funny.
I think we need to do one with you in person. What we do, you bought a Chevy, we get to bring it. I could put that Chevy. I have all the equipment. I could bring the Chevy down on my trailer myself. We drive that bitch right down there, and then we do a fucking
Or even if the time was a constraint, your time is limited. Like you could do a halfway meet. That's a 4 or 5 hour drive for each of us.
Yeah.
Do it.
How far are y'all away from Nashville? I know y'all told me before.
Like 9 to 10 hours.
Okay. So we could meet in it doesn't matter. What we could do is meet in the fucking middle and rent out an Airbnb for the weekend or something.
Yes.
Y'all bring your old ladies, I bring mine, and fucking find a party. Boy,
we could probably. How far are you from Watauga Lake in Tennessee? How far is that?
I don't know where the fuck that's at. I've never heard of it. I'm six.
I was just there. It's a big ass lake. I mean, we got boats and shit. I got all kind of toys.
Oh yeah.
I got 4-wheelers, third, whatever the fuck you need. We can rent.
I'm 6 hours from Nashville. So, and I'm about 5 from Knoxville. So I don't know what side of that's got to be like on the west
one of
side.
our buddies has 2 big farms in Virginia that we can meet in there too, and get weird.
I'm fucking down for
Ty River.
Ty River one would be like that'd be the spot. That motherfucker there.
I'm gonna text you an address and you tell me how far away you are. For us, it's like 5.5 hours. It's like Western Virginia.
I've never been to Virginia either, so that'd be cool.
You like the people there, man. That's like for us where we live in this northeast corridor. Like you get to Virginia, and that's when you first start hitting your real country folks, and then when you first actually meet nice people, because we live in northeast corridor where it's like go fuck yourself around here. Like you walk into a place, you better know how it works. If not, they're not going to tell you. Everyone's an asshole. So you go to Virginia, you're like, oh yeah, people are nice here. Yeah, people care.
Have y'all ever seen the documentary The Wild Whites of West Virginia?
Oh hell yeah.
All right, so the daughter has been on my show twice.
No shit.
The one who's in the Taco Bell line, where she's like, "That CPS took my baby." All right, well, her daughter and me are friends. We met on social media, and she's been on the show. So they've done told me like if I come up there to West Virginia, they would record a show with me. They don't want to do it through Zoom. The daughter lives in California or whatever. I bet I could line it up to where we could go fuck with the Wild Whites of West Virginia.
Sue Bob with the titties.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends in West Virginia too. Yeah, I went to school in West Virginia.
Okay. So where did you go to school?
So I got all. It's called West Liberty. It's in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Is that what hat you have on right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I saw the WL. I was just kidding.
You know what though? I got tired. I'm like, you know what, man? I wear a lot of fitted, flat brim hats. I'm like, I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna get back to the old school, bend the cap and just like get back to that, man.
I can't see out the baseball cap. My fat ass can't see out the sides of it now. I'm so used to having what Jerry's got on that I don't pay attention no more. If I try to put that on right now, I would think I look like a fucking idiot.
My wife did say that. She's like, man, your head kind of look big in that smaller hat. I was like, thanks, man.
Does your head get bigger as you get older? Is that a thing? Like I feel like my head's gotten bigger.
Right? Don't they say the nose keeps growing?
Your head gains weight if you gain weight.
Yeah.
Well, I've done that.
Oh yeah, me too. I got skinny as fuck. I've got to the smallest I'd ever been, and then this white bitch that can cook came in my life, and now I'm fucking eating again. And it's
Yeah.
like,
What are y'all eating in the South? What are you eating down
what
there?
ain't I eating down here? You could fry a fucking croc, and I'd probably eat it at this point. And I'm not talking a crocodile, like yeah. Dude, my everything that I eat is kind of I don't know. I don't even do that much fried food. I do a shit ton of fish and steak. And lately it's been a whole lot more steak than fish.
I don't see a problem with it.
No. Well, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the documentary. There's a documentary called Fed Up. And
Yeah.
it used to be on Netflix, but Netflix got it took off of Netflix. But if you watched it and like they have this like analogy in it that if you want to live a long, healthy life, even if you're overweight, underweight, whatever, you have to go back to what your body is trained to eat. And they kind of walk you down it, but it's like since cavemen, all we've ever ate and knew how to digest that our bodies have evolved to is fruits, vegetables, and meat. And that don't mean putting a bunch of preservatives or frying that shit in there, but that's what your body knows how to break down. You can about eat what you want as long as you're not adding the processed sugar and shit to it and everything.
Yep.
Like you can eat whatever the fuck you want. You're not going to get sick. All these people started getting like early or getting diabetes now and all this other shit to where 100 years ago, that wasn't a thing. Hell, cancer wasn't as bad.
Cancer? Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that cancer is half-assed from what we eat more than smoke or what else we put in our body. All those
100%.
preservatives cannot be good for you.
No. Well, look at you talked about our grandparents, great grandparents, great greats. They ate butter and dairy, and they had fucking real bacon that from the fat, their pigs, they're porting their own pork bellies and their eggs and all that stuff, and there wasn't a fat person. Nobody was overweight.
They also mine robbed the payroll at the mine too. So if you want to go back to felonies, I got some.
Everybody's got one of their.
My grandparents from West Virginia were known as chicken thieves. They would my grandma or my grandfather's sister would hide underneath of a porch, and then they would go rob the farmer. And he would come out with a gun, and then she'd slide out from underneath the porch with a shotgun. And they'd rob chickens. And then their last one before they moved to Delaware is they had robbed the payroll at the coal mine.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. Well, they stealing like gold nuggets or something?
I don't know, but when you told that story, I was like, damn, man. I was like, you're my dad. I think that's how he got his first felony. He was robbing trailers for like fishing gear and stuff out here over in Woodland Beach and all the back roads there. And he was still in high school. And a dad who had seen him just happened to be looking through his daughter's yearbook and was like, hey, that's the guy that robbed our trailer. And my dad got taken right out of school and arrested right then and there.
You don't know, I tell all my friends and stuff when I kind of tell them that I got in trouble when I was younger. You just don't fucking know no better. And you should. You're like, and it's not that your parents didn't try to instill that shit into you. You just think that you're invincible. You think you're gonna get away with whatever you do. And this is what's really stupid. I grew up loving like mafia movies and all that kind of shit. I think in my stupid ass head as a kid, I was like, you know what, I'm Scarface. No, you're not. You're not fucking Scarface. You're a dumbass. But it's just like what you think is cool then and acceptable then is not what 40 years old what you think is okay or acceptable. You just
like when you were in middle school and you thought the smart kids were nerds.
Yeah.
You thought it was cool to like not be smart, and then you're like, no, man, that's actually the opposite.
Yeah, when you're trying to go to college, you're like, didn't you do any schoolwork? You're like, nah.
Or how you
fuck?
Or how you tried to fuck, or how you tried to fuck cheerleaders instead of goth girls growing up. Yeah.
Bro, don't even get me started on a goth girl.
Boy, I'm telling you, if there's any young men listening to this, leave the cheerleaders alone. Find the weird bitch.
Also, do them all. I don't know why I had standards back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The chick on social media, her handle or ad is Raven Grim. Dude, I'm gonna send you her.
I
That
imagine
is,
I got a bunch like her on my shit already, but I'll look.
and my wife knows. My wife's not a goth chick, but she's dark hair, a little. I don't want to say darker, but she's got tattoos. She likes heavy metal.
Yeah.
And we go to a lot of concerts, they have metal concerts or rock shows, whatever. I'm like, can you next time we go to a rock show, can you get some black fishnet leggings
Yeah.
and like wear them under your black ripped jean shorts?
Yeah.
And we had a big one in Ocean City back in the spring, Boardwalk Rock or something like that. And a guy walks by. We're sitting out there on the sand. He has a shirt on that says "I heart big titty goth girls." And my wife snapped her head around, looked at me, and she's like, "You need that shirt." I'm like, "I do need that shirt.
I do need that shirt. I do. Yeah, I don't know what them bitches did to me growing up, but thank you. Like that's probably the most trauma that's been caused in my life. Is
Going back to Chevys, and for the love of God, somebody throw a Ford in there. How is the music scene down there? How is the good country? The real country. How's that coming?
It's good. We're blessed enough to get to work with a lot of up and coming artists that are more traditional. And now that Zach Top is as big as he is, and Jake Worthington and these other guys, that's the next wave. You can if you look back, there's a wave in country music. You had like the '90s, which is amazing. Then you went into like this pop country shit in the early 2000s, and you had bro country in 2010, and now it's done switched back up to people want traditional again, and you're fixing to get another wave of the '90s.
Dude, I honestly, a country song, like I really miss the slide guitar, like that. To me, like growing up with George Strait, like dude, I mean, that is
there's
like
not a better sound than a steel guitar.
Yeah, like that is, I to not have that, in a country song, I just don't. It's just not.
Well, for a long time, it was taboo. Well, but what it is too, people have to understand is what we think is good, everybody in Nashville thinks is good. What you hear on radio is a music consultant that is getting paid from these bigger labels to make number ones. That's not like everybody always like, how the fuck does Kane Brown have X amount of number ones? Because Kane Brown is signed to somebody. Then they work with a big music consultant. That music consultant tells every radio station in the country to play this song. Well, that's going to end up being a number one. That's going to end up getting the most traction. That's going to be a big deal to where those songs with the steel guitar and all that kind of shit were just as big in Nashville and around. There's artists, dude, that if you went and saw, you'd be like, how in the fuck is this person not bigger than they are? It blows you. Just look up Will Jones. Will Jones is a guy. He's playing my birthday show in a couple of weeks. And Will is fucking George Strait. Like he's amazing. Cole Goodwin's a kid that we started taking up to Nashville, and he would have got famous without us. He did not need us at all. He's just from where I'm from, and we started traveling together. But he's out opening for Luke Bryan now. Like and that's within 2 years.
I do feel like that the true songwriter, proper old school slide guitar, a little more like not so upbeat all the time, like we're not hitting a Super Bowl song. I always turn people on to, I like that station on Spotify. If you want to hear people you never heard for, is that Western as fuck.
Yeah.
It's just to get new people. I mean, if you're someone that don't know how to find new artists, I'm always on YouTube trying to find new artists, like, someone that's just up and coming. That's just like, you feel like, oh, this person's from back in the day. Like this someone's speaking to me.
And I'm glad you said what you said about that older country coming back, because I'm not deep into the country stuff. I like country, but I don't follow obviously like you do, Josh. But I've noticed the trend to getting back, because there was that phase the last 10 years, whatever, or maybe more now. You're like, God, fucking country sucks. But then you start seeing these other guys that are getting big. And I know this guy isn't new, but I just discovered him. I can't remember his name. That's what I was just trying to look up. Who's the guy that yelled at the Nickelback's dude at concert a couple weeks ago?
Gavin. Gavin's kind of a buddy of mine. Yeah.
He's Gavin fucking awesome, dude. I want to drink Keystone Lights with that guy.
Yeah,
his thing, Miller Lights.
I did not like him when he first came on the scene. I thought he was kind of trying to be Co Wetzel but Southern, And the
Mhm.
more that I've got friends that have connected with him, and the more that I've got to see him on social media, he's a fucking stud. Like the dude's cool as shit. He's old school outlaw mentality. If you fuck
Yeah.
with him, he's gonna fuck back. But also for a lighter side, he's got an album that came out today. By the way, anybody listening, go download his whole new album. We got VIP tickets to go to Rock the South this year. They were given to us from someone, and that's affiliated with Rock the South. And Gavin, my daughter was in the front row. He didn't know that she was my daughter, and he stops and takes a picture with her because she's a huge fan or whatever. And it's like, you know what? This guy isn't an asshole. Like
No.
he's literally going out there and he's doing what's right by the fans. And then I posted on social media and pretty much like, oh, I didn't know it was your daughter. Like, and it was just cool. The dude's a
And he
good,
seems real. Like it
yeah,
seems like a real.
he's
That's
a
how he is,
genuinely
right?
good person from what I can
Yeah.
tell.
Speaking of big titties, can you please help us get Priscilla Block on a show or something?
Priscilla and me know each other. I would tell you to reach out to Kara, who handles her stuff. I'll send you her information.
Yeah.
Um,
Mighty.
maybe I don't know. She's never done mine. I've never asked her though, because there's certain people that like I knew before they blew up. Like she's friends with a shit ton of my friends.
Yeah.
Me and her just don't know each other super well, but if we see each other, we hug and talk for a second.
Yeah.
I
She
I
seemed
think the
well. I'm
world of
not, and
her.
I'm making a joke, about like it.
It's okay.
She
I joke about titties all the time. She probably
Yeah,
gets it a
but like
lot.
she seems so fucking cool. Like she's one like I'd rather just sit around the table off camera and drink out of a red solo cup with her. You know what I mean? And just
She's
bullshit.
well, and the thing is with like her, I know some of her backstory because I know who she started working with. Is one of my best friends, a guy named Dustin Heron, and you just don't hear a bad story about her. There's a lot of fucking people that you'll be like, oh, this guy did this or this woman did this or whatever. And it's like, they don't deserve what they're getting. Like, they don't deserve fucking all the success because I'm a prick and I don't think anybody deserves success unless you do people the right way.
Yeah,
But she is somebody that ever since I've met her back in the day, she's just always like this woman deserves it. And she did
Do,
it a
do you
different way, so
do
to
you
speak.
find that these up and coming artists, especially the ones that are really authentic, are trying to find success authentically, like not signing with a big label off the bat and going with themselves?
Well, anybody that tells you they don't want to get signed off the bat is lying
yeah,
because there's the reason why you don't do it is because you lose leverage and you'll get a shitty deal right
mhm,
off the bat. But everybody wants to be signed because once you get signed, you're you're connected with people that you can't get connected with otherwise.
yeah.
Um, most of
But
them are
how long can you how long is the wave? Like say you sign, how long do you have to eat the shit before you can then have leverage and control?
shit, however long your first contract is. Those
Yeah.
360 contracts, those first ones, you're signing away your life. Then that's not even a joke. You're signing away everything for a chance. See what we're fit to start a new business and it's artist development and managing. That's like my next venture because I've seen what these young artists do. You'll have these I'm going to call them predators because that's what the fuck they are. You'll have these predators come in and they'll know that you're chasing a dream. If you told any of the three of us that hey, if you want to make as much money and you want to be as big as Joe Rogan, all you have to do is exactly what I say over the next 3 years. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to pay you a little bit while you do it. Okay. We would do it. I would have done it back in the day. I wouldn't do it now. But starting off, I would have 1000% do it. That's what they do to these musicians, except they don't tell them, we're going to own everything that you do. You're going to get paid 30 cents on the every fucking dollar. And then I'm going to try to find a way to take that 30 cents from you. Like
Like
they
charging for the tour and stuff.
well, yeah, well, usually with something like that, everything's worked into your contract. But what they won't work into is like they'll give you studio time. They'll say, we're going to pay for studio time, but that studio time will have a cap on it. And once you go over that cap, they're going to recoup the losses. But also, too, they gamble so much on so many artists that they expect some of them to fail and try to recoup the losses because 1 out of every 10 is going to be a fucking money making machine.
Mm.
And so those other 9 are completely fucked.
Sounds definitely predatory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So what do you think you guys will be able to offer them?
Well, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to give you leverage. I like one thing that people just fuck up so bad in Nashville. I can't take you to the next level, but what I can help you do is build your social media. I can help you get more shows. We can help you get booked in other places. I already work with so many venues. I can help you with branding. I can help you with all of this stuff to where when it's time for you to go on to the next level, somebody who can put you in arenas, amphitheaters, and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to sell you off to them. We're going to split your signing bonus or whatever. Okay. You get to keep all your money. You get to keep everything that you created with me. I'm just giving you leverage to where you don't get fucked on your first deal.
Mm.
Yeah. So you bring them to the door well prepared, well educated. They got all their shit together.
Yeah,
They can make the best.
well,
They're in the best position.
yeah, they're in a better position to negotiate a real deal for themselves.
Yeah.
Well, to where like I'm already bringing up young artists from Georgia and other places and putting them in Nashville and putting them in rooms and meeting people and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it seems
And
because like there is no middleman. It seems like you're saying it's just a predatory person coming
yeah,
in like, hey, there's no middleman, so you need me. You know
yeah,
what? And you don't know, and I'll let you know what you know. And
yeah,
it seems like there needs to be like there's no college for the arts. It's like
yeah.
you come right out of high school
Well,
and the pros are calling you up.
Well, there's nobody that wants to do it and isn't asking anything. So, like, if I do this with an artist, I'm not making money off of it. I'm banking on them growing one day to where we can split their signing bonus. That's what I'm
Mm.
banking on. Like, and
Okay.
we would get like a booking fee, but that's 10%. Some of these artists make $500 for an acoustic show. $50 ain't shit. Like that's fine. That's just whoever's calling and helping me book and everything. They'll get paid that. The difference between me and anybody else, I got a full-time job and career doing this. I don't have to pay anybody to help you with your marketing. I don't have to pay anybody to help you build your brand. I can do all that shit with you, and I can pick and choose and cherry pick who I work with. And most folks will sit there and lie to you. Most folks be like, man, I'm going to make you the next Morgan Wallen. No, fuck, you can't. But you can help get them their foot in the fucking door.
Yeah.
Like you can help do that. And then, hey, let's put you in rooms to where somebody can offer you real money without you getting really fucked.
So is there like two styles of an artist coming in? Is there one that has a longer road and then somebody like say Jelly Roll seemed like he exploded. Like some people just explode onto the scene and some other people got a longer route.
Well, Jelly Roll was in music for 20 fucking years
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Like what it is, dude, and I just believe this about any artist. It's what you get noticed by the right person one time and it's over for you.
Yeah.
It is literally a lottery.
Yeah.
It's there's no if and I got my buddy Will Mosley that I'm always with. He got second on Idol. Will would have made it in Nashville regardless. Everybody fucking loves him and knows how talented and shit he is. Idol sped up the process 5 years at least. Cole Goodwin going out on the road with Zach Top sped up his process 5 years. We got other buddies that are fixing to go out with people, and it's going to speed them up so fucking much with the people they're going out with. Now, you got other people that are equally as good as them that just won't get that opportunity.
And what about the I actually had Tim McGraw say this that he said a lot of the luck was being just getting good songs was a lot of the luck too.
It
Just being
is.
lucky enough to get really good songs. Like how do those guys go through there? Like they're either a good songwriter or there's somebody like, hey man, like can like somebody write me the hit? Like I got the voice. Like
Until you have a record deal or you're with a publishing company, you're at your own mercy about who you write with. Like if you got a friend that's a great songwriter, you got a chance to fucking have a number one quicker than anybody else if that person already has cuts.
Yeah.
will you guys provide that? Will you like since you're in that round, will you provide like a backup of like, hey, we got people that want to be a ghostwriter and
Well, it's not really a ghostwriter. It's just being in the same room writing with them.
yeah.
Like
Mm.
there's
Okay.
yeah, like you just want to be able. The only thing that we would do, and when it comes to that, is like, hey, These are the guys that are in our circle. If they like you, you'll be in this fucking circle. If they don't like you,
Yeah.
if they don't like you, they're never gonna fucking ride with you.
Because I was just thinking too, like, yeah, there's almost business wise, it seems like there are two avenues. There's an avenue for the artists, and there's an avenue that you can create for the writers too to have somewhere for their stuff to go.
Yeah. Well, that's where publishing companies come in. I mean, there's fucking I don't even know how many publishing companies there is in Nashville. Morgan Wallen just started a fucking publishing company. Like everybody's got one. But I mean, dude, they're just it's a whole different beast up there. You would think that everybody worked together, and you would think that everybody would be like pushing because Morgan's the main guy right now. Like if you go look at his maybe not his last album, but his album before it, you had people who wrote songs that would have been great if they sung it, but they probably wouldn't have cracked the top 50, if even the top 100. Okay, because they're just that great of songs.
Yeah.
Now Morgan Wallen is getting every fucking great song in town sent to him from every publisher that's connected with him.
Right.
So he's taking songs that would have never popped, even though they should have, and making them number ones. If you're the songwriter, which one would you rather have? Nobody ever hear your great song, or make a fucking house note and you're paid like be able to buy a new house if Morgan Wallen releases your song.
Yeah.
It's such a tricky bit. And it's not that Morgan doesn't write his own shit because he writes a shit ton of his stuff and is a great writer on top of just being him. But it's just such a tricky fucking game, dude. There's no right or wrong answer in it. What I want to do is just give the people that I'm working with leverage to where they don't get fucked on their first deal.
And you guys are gonna bring in Beyonce too and build her up in the country scene.
Yeah, I'd rather kick myself in my dick. I've already caught enough shit about her. I don't give a fuck. I don't. And the thing is, my favorite singer of all time is Aretha Franklin. Not my favorite artist, but my favorite voice to listen to.
Boy.
I'd rather listen to Aretha Franklin sing the phone book than anybody else. Beyonce, until she started doing this stupid shit, was probably up there and some of my favorite voices when she actually sings.
100%.
She's got a fucking
let me
amazing
do one more.
voice.
You jump in. One question, because I meant to ask you this on the last podcast. I'll start. If I had to listen one artist, like if I only got one artist to listen to every day, it's probably and it's mine would be Eric Church. I could listen to him.
I love Eric Church.
That's my boy. What would be yours?
I mean, I like too many different kinds of music. It depends on the
Yeah.
day. When we were just talking about woman, you said your favorite female artist or singer. Mine is Alison Krauss.
I love Alison Krauss.
I think she's
amazing voice.
Her voice will just send shivers down my spine. I'll stop what I'm doing, you know what I mean, just to listen for 3.5 minutes. You know what I mean?
If it's a loaded question for me because I have like 5 different answers probably, but it would be if I wanted to not have to listen to the same songs over and over again, I wouldn't pick Keith Wheatley. Keith Wheatley is my favorite actual artist. Now, I'm not going to sit there and listen to Keith Wheatley from the beginning of the day to the end of the day in his 30 songs that he has released, even though I love every fucking one of them, because a lot of them are kind of the same, but they're different. But I love everything about Keith Wheatley. But he's got some that just are all time that are the best songs ever. If I had to pick anybody, and it's probably gonna be surprised a lot of it's probably Luke Combs. Luke Combs has got so many great songs, and they're so different. He can take your emotions from fucking up here, ready to burn the house down, having a great time partying, to where I might slip my wrist. Like there's so much emotion. Like there's so much on a spectrum that he puts out. He doesn't have a bad fucking song.
That's what I like about Eric Church. I like an artist that can go high and can go not just low, but like relatable, deep. You know what I mean?
Keith Whitley's going to keep me monotone all day or sad. And I love, like I do, that's my favorite, but he's going to keep me that way all fucking day. Luke Combs is going to put me on a fucking roller coaster. Eric Church is, like you said, same fucking way. Eric Church will probably be close up there.
Eric Church live is
have y'all listened to the 90 Days of Church?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Have y'all listened to the 90 Days of Church or the 60 Days of Church, whichever it is?
No.
All right, look at when we got off the phone or when we get off this in a minute, look it up. But he's got a live album and it's 60 days or 90 days of church. I can't remember, but it's him doing a shit ton of covers and some of his originals and some unreleased songs. It's years old. It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I listen to that album all the fucking time. It's
Now, I was
amazing.
gonna say that's one thing I was just going to say. So me and my wife first started dating 2009, and I had known that's when like Eric Church's first album, like I guess mainstream album, came out right around then,
Yeah.
2008, 2009, and Pam goes, "Hey, I'm going with some friends to this country show down at the Bottle and Cork, which is a little bar in Dewey Beach, Delaware." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'm going." So we're riding down. We ride through Dewey to get to the house we're staying, and I see on the sign outside of this little bar, Bottle and Cork, tonight, Eric Church, and I was like, "That's where we're going. Like we're going. That's who we're seeing tonight." And she didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like, and I just within that year discovered Eric Church. I got goosebumps right now talking about it. Like, I'm like, fucking right. And how many people do you think could fit in a Bottle and Cork? 1,000, maybe, maybe 1,000. It's a bar. It's the cover bands play, and he fucking killed it, dude.
I
mean,
bet.
it was phenomenal, and he covered like I think it was Master of Puppets by Metallica or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and
he's
that
wild.
place
He's a wild
fucking
boy.
exploded.
It's called 61 Days in Church. I just
61 Days of Church. I'm definitely looking.
Oh, dude, it's like 4 albums back to back to back to back. It's so fucking good.
Do you got any artists down there that ever come up? We do have. I mean, essentially, we do have a good music venue in Dewey. That Bottle and Cork. I mean, you'll get the sneakiest, biggest people in there.
Bottle and Cork. We saw.
I don't know if you ever get people that come up here to Dewey Beach, Delaware, because that come up here. But we have a rock and roll bar that's just like. I mean, it'd be a random day. You're like, who the fuck's playing in there? I'm like, the fuck?
The Struts play there all the time. I saw Asleep at the Wheel there, which was they were fucking incredible. You know who they are? Bluegrass band. They played with God dang it, who was I can't remember the band's name. I don't know why it's escaping me right now. Who sang Wagon Wheel before?
Old Indian, Old Medicine Crow show.
Yep. Yeah, it was them. Asleep at the Wheel opened for them. That was in that little bar, and they do get a lot of like the Bacon Brothers have played there, and every summer there's like 2 or 3 fairly big names that will play in this little bar, and they charge like $25 general admission to get in there. You know what I mean? It's fucking awesome.
Speaking of country music in our hometown, we do have Chuck Wicks is from our town.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody ever fucking knows that. It's like, I always forget that.
It's actually crazy. We were at an event with him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's from Smyrna.
He's from our town, from Smyrna.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he hosted the Green Beret event at Live Oak where I host shows.
Oh, nice. And do you know Jimmy Allen?
Me and Jimmy are boys. Me and him are really close.
Yes, he's from Delaware too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody has friends.
Get ready, dude. We're coming. Delaware's fucking coming on the scene,
y'all
dude.
coming up. Well, let's do this before we get off here, boys, because we'll sit here and talk all day, and I got to get to Gracie's program. Drop y'all social media, and how about we do this again in a couple of weeks, especially since we're going to be pushing y'all the next 2 months. We need to pump one out for September too.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. So now we're everywhere. So listen to our podcast, The Dude Dads or The Dude Dads podcast. We're on every single major platform that you can listen to a podcast: Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all that jazz. Instagram, The Dude Dads podcast. TikTok, same thing. Facebook, same thing. And if you want, Josh, I'll send you all our links if you want to share that all out. But YouTube, we're on everything. So we'll definitely get some clips of this out. And you've been the only person we've had on 3 times. Or we honestly, at least we've done something with 3 times. Yeah. So you're definitely
well, it's a good show. Y'all know what y'all are doing. Y'all are very entertaining too. It's good. I like working with y'all.
Appreciate you.
Good deal, man.
Well, cool, fellas. Well, I'll holler at y'all soon. And I appreciate y'all being the first show that we're promoting. I hope that it goes well. I hope I don't have to do nobody else, to be honest with you. Because I don't fucking want to. But anything
that's
that y'all
compliment. We appreciate that.
I will say that when you texted me last week and said that, I'm like, this guy can literally get just about fucking anybody, and he texts a nobody. Against what somebody said.
Well, I'm trying to prove a point, but 2, I like what y'all do. Like y'all, if if I was going to listen to a podcast, I'm listening to you guys. I'm listening to Rogan. I'm listening to people that I actually relate to. I can sit here and have a conversation with you guys, and it's like protect your parks. It's a good conversation. It's like minded people. It's
Yeah.
you're not pushing shit that I don't give a fuck about. I don't have to worry about because my biggest thing too is this is my baby. It's like everything I do, I look at it as like this is my baby. And I'm not going to promote somebody else because they're willing to pay X amount of money. And then I have to listen to every episode they do and be like, okay, what are they saying? And I'm promoting them.
Yeah.
What agenda are they pushing and I'm promoting them? I know I can run with you guys. I don't have to fucking listen to one if I don't want to. I know whatever y'all say is going to be like minded.
Right.
And it's like also too, it's the bigger we get, the more that I want to acquire shows. And when I say acquire shows, I mean it'd be a partnership. It'd be y'all being under maybe one day Raising Grace Studios as like a studio that helps you with everything and helps you get sponsors and all that type of shit, right? Like if that day ever comes. But like I'm not only going to work with people not necessarily if they're popular or they're unpopular, but it's people that's beliefs align with mine. I've always said since the beginning it's morals over money for me. And like me putting y'all out there to where I'll be real with y'all. The people that the two that they had told me would pay X amount of money, I listened to their show for 30 minutes each, and I was like, okay, maybe I can get into this because I like money. And but then I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not fixing to sit there and put my name connected with this. And if y'all are listening, I'm sorry. Everybody's got their own cups of tea. Y'all ain't my cup of tea. I wish you all the success in the world. But
We appreciate it. We're certainly willing to give away some of that signing bonus when we make it.
boom, boom. There we go. See, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Y'all get it.
All right.
All right, boys. Well, I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. And we'll probably put this out Monday morning. And thank each and every one of y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast. Speak to y'all later.